This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the #1 team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Wolverines will put total... Set to get started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cornhuskers offense will take the first swing of the game. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this. Year after year, Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to play the run. It's a fun spot to be in as a DC.
The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keep it up with the speed on the other side. That's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some... Better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
Breaks the tackle. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yet, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast... These guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
They line up, and it is a long... sticks from here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Hines is man enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Wolverines are marching down the field. Power football with the run. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Man, the last thing you want after controlling the ball, moving it down the field, is to have to settle for a field goal attempt. It's 3rd and goal. 4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Defense has him pinned back, and listen to this crowd roar. Looking for space, it's Moran. Pushes forward for a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 8.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Moran. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. The Huskers will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. The snap sets up the throw. Touchdown Wolverines! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting into rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. NC State was far from the friendly confines of Carter Finley Stadium, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense. Gets a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. Offense set on first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The play action fake. What a snag by the defense. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Here's the handoff. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Throwing right. He's got it. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. We reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. And he'll be brought down.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball on 2nd and long? You still go see, or you get the big applause, and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable 3rd down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in 2nd and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football, just got rid of it, and that's the number one thing. Avoid disaster here. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And the Wolverines are rolling down the field. Keeps looking downfield. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Knocked down for the tackle.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. So a drive that started just beyond midfield, only 49 yards, and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Coming out with it, it's Swanson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to that.
And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. They'll run this play from the pistol. He wants to throw it again. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. And that pass picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll go to the ground. Hard running there. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll go right back to him. Makes him talk to the hand. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. The official... and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Wolverines line it up with a 1st and goal. Leaves it with the back. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Pressure coming. Fires on the move. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the...
And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. He wants to throw. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. It's now second down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, going up top. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down. So now on comes the field goal unit. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. And he missed it. No good. Because no game is perfect, something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. Busts through behind his pad. And he's brought down after a huge completion. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Moran. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Going for 6. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, 1st down. Let's go. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this guy's been eating him alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right?
Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
The Cornhuskers will boot it away to start the 2nd half. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Trying to set the tone with the run. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
Couldn't make the connection on 1st down. Now here on 2nd. Holds and fires complete to the right. Twist continues to fight for yards. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskers.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Nebraska.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
Tackle is made after the first down. He's already busted 150 yards on the ground. Couple of big runs, and he might take aim at the Michigan record set by Ron Johnson of a cool 347 on the ground.
Wow, well, that's aggressive, Reese. That's a little ways down the road probably, but that just shows you how well they commit to the run game. Year after year, if you're a Michigan Wolverine, you're going to run the football. So, heck, it's no different when you got this guy in the backfield. I'm going to keep feeding him.
And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. It's 1st down from the 11. Got it! That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Trying the left side. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, the power run here. Touchdown, Wolverine! And the beatdown has ensued. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. After the misconnection, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Back to the air one more time. He lost one down the sideline. And he makes the catch at the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Now on 2nd and goal. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. 3rd and goal, where the fire purifies and separates contenders and pretenders. Trying to get to him. And he'll finish finished the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. He didn't see anyone open. Said, no problem. I'll take care of it myself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Been there, done that. Not my first rodeo. I've been in this... Down by the goal line, I'm getting outside, and I'm taking it in myself.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting. Team can corral the onside kick, and they do. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running to the left. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Rolls his way ahead. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. The run to the left. Just plowing ahead. Touchdown, Michigan! And the a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated, whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
They'll try to run for it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Wolverines will try to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. The 50, the 40. He's at the 20. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the fourth quarter. A strong, methodical